Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, October 9th at 4:38 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 665 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Police arrest Indian minister's son in killing of farmers. Texas toddler who disappeared from home while playing with dog found alive, sheriff confirms. Taurasi makes it back in time for birth of daughter. Profanity, screaming, threats, Hampton Road school boards become battleground. Duke and Duchess of Sussex will not fly back to UK for party to honor Princess Diana. Capitol rioter suspected of stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop is charged. Her plot to sell it to Russian spies is still being investigated, says report. I was a Disney Imagineer for 8 years. Here are 9 little-known facts about the parks. Colorado father gets 48 years for killing teen son who uncovered collection of fetish photos. This Colombian woman is going to die by euthanasia in a first for her country. An Amazon shopper faces up to 20 years in jail for $290,000 fraud. Prosecutors say he bought Apple, Asus, and Fuji products, then mailed cheaper items as returns. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz resigns amid corruption scandal, CNN. GOP Senators bash weak jobs report, Biden's talk of progress, Fox Business. Czech elections, opposition blocs take win majority over Prime Minister Andrej Babis, The Washington Post. Kim Kardashian wears Barbie pink coat heading to SNL studio with Kanye West, Hollywood Life. Texas vs. Oklahoma, live stream, watch online, TV channel, prediction, pick, spread, football game odds, CBS Sports. Boeing Starliner test flight delayed until 2022, The Verge. California pipeline could have been damaged up to a year before oil spill, U.S. Coast Guard says, CBS News. Is my immunity waning? Doctors advise Pfizer vaccine recipients not to worry, CNN. 3-year-old Grimes County boy missing since Wednesday found safe, Texas Ozark confirms, KPRC click to Houston. Lakers news, Frank Vogel expecting an adjustment period with Russell Westbrook, LakersNation.com. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Man rescued after a month lost at sea, it was a nice break. Woman severely burned trying to save dog from near boiling hot spring. Prosecutor seeking to indict Robert Durst on ex-wife's death, AP. Pope tells lawmakers to get their act together on climate change. Taliban say they won't work with U.S. on shared Islamic State threat. Former Trump aide served subpoena after struggle to find him, reports. Abul Hassan Banisadr, Iran's first president after 1979 revolution, dies. I was a female chess prodigy. My story is eerily similar to the Queen's Gambit. Riding out Hurricane Ida on the last inhabited barrier island in Louisiana. Mitch McConnell tells Biden he won't deal on debt again after Chuck Schumer's tantrum. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 3-year-old boy missing for 4 days found alive. Officers dive in flood water to rescue woman in car. New police officers graduate with high hopes. Fundraiser raises $100K for children's hospitals. Or gearing up to welcome more Afghan refugees. Mom, teachers talked about daughter on Zoom. Businesses offer incentive to attract employees. Sisters make history as standout kickers for high school football team. Growing sinkhole on property, neighbors concerned. retired teacher and Steelers superfan pays it forward. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Delta-driven surge pushes North Dakota hospitals to the brink. Sam Anthony, facing death, found the courage to find his father. Facing criminal inquiry, Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz resigns. John Wilson and Gamal Abdelaziz convicted in Varsity Blues trial. Medina, a festival for queer women, returns to Palm Springs. Cultural appropriation can be beautiful. Bill Clinton, race and the politics of the 1990s. One king out, coins and credibility. Shannon Doherty reveals ravages of breast cancer in candid photos. U.S. and China enter dangerous territory over Taiwan. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Gonzaga men's basketball coach Mark Few suspended following DUI arrest. More than a dozen businesses fined for flouting New York City's vaccine mandate. Kentucky looking to cause LSU problems, and not just on the field. New York City man wanted for trying to strangle teen girl sitting outside sushi restaurant. A.J. Brown in, Julio Jones out for Titans on Sunday versus Jaguars. Morgan Freeman rejects defunding the police, most of them are doing their job. Veteran NYPD officer chases down teenage phone thief, you guys are F-ing fast. Billion-dollar disasters, U.S. on pace to top 2020 record, report says. OBJ isn't concerned about his connection with Baker Mayfield. Bill de Blasio is first NYC mayor with no championship teams in 100 years. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, October 9th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Andorra vs England, World Cup qualifier, live score, team news and updates. Adele shocks fans as she plays a snippet of her new song Easy on Me during surprise Instagram Live. Donald Trump heads to Iowa for campaign-style rally on Saturday, sending warning to GOP rivals. Loyalists march on Downing Street demonstrating against the Northern Ireland Protocol. COVID, thousands take to the streets in Basel and Rome to demand scrapping of restrictions. Daniel Craig donates $10K to fathers on suicide prevention charity walk in memory of their daughters. Italian sailors knew about America 150 years before Christopher Columbus discovered the continent. Giant sinkhole opens up on the M5 and closes 2 lanes of traffic near the Cotswolds. Self-isolate with COVID symptoms even if you test negative, public health boss warns. Undercover footage shows Beaufort Hunt hounds shot dead at kennels. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Opposition blocs gain edge over Czech Prime Minister in elections after Pandora Papers disclosures. Lebanon's national electricity grid collapses. Archbishop asks for forgiveness after erotic music video is filmed in famous Spanish cathedral. Pandora Papers, leaks prompt investigations in some countries, and denial in others. China's Xi vows peaceful unification with Taiwan, days after sending a surge of warplanes near the island. Saudi Arabia promised to stop executions for crimes committed as a juvenile, but has it? North Macedonia police seize counterfeit currency, arrest 2. U.S. envoy, U.S. asking Mexico to let India and other agents. New river of lava threatens even more buildings on La Palma. Abductions by the busload, Haitians are being held hostage by a surge in kidnappings. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Andorra v England, World Cup qualifier, live. Florida man exonerated of rape and murder after 37 years sues authorities. Coronavirus live news. UK reports 34,950 cases as 2 million receive booster jabs. Italy records 46 deaths. Whistleblower's testimony should prompt new Facebook oversight. Schiff. Menopause brain. The inability to think clearly is not all in your mind. Sebastian Kurz to quit as Austrian Chancellor due to corruption inquiry. Jacinda Ardern facing biggest challenge yet as New Zealand switches to COVID suppression. Pretty Paddles fury as Johnson blocks public sexual harassment law. Tory MP says people using term white privilege should be reported as extremists. Czech PM set to lose power after weak showing in general election. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 3-year-old boy who vanished near home found alive, officials say. Restrictive Texas abortion law back in effect as appeals court issues stay. Dangerous times, 4 federal agents shot this week. U.S., Taliban to hold first talks since Afghanistan withdrawal. Woman headed to jail after photographing grizzly bears at Yellowstone. Official, small plane crash at Atlanta area airport, 4 dead. Mother pleads for help amid desperate search for missing 3-year-old. Guilty verdict reached in trial of 2 parents in college admissions scandal. Officer who shot Jacob Blake won't face civil rights charges, Department of Justice says. 2 employees dead in shooting at senior living facility. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Czech elections, PM Andrej Babis looks set to lose power. Sebastian Kurz, Austrian leader resigns amid corruption inquiry. Afghanistan, US and Taliban hold first face-to-face talks since withdrawal. Lebanon left without power as grid shuts down. Nobel Peace Prize for Russian journalists who lost their lives. La Palma, lava engulfs more buildings on Spanish island. Singapore to allow quarantine-free travel for UK and other nations. Isami, pooches, puppets and paintings. Abul Hassan Banisadr, Iran's first president after revolution, dies at 88. Coronavirus in Dr. Congo, how funds went missing, report. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Texas abortion ban is back, for now, it's chaos for patients, advocates say. The day in pictures. Kids testing positive at higher rates than adults, gender wage gap impacted by COVID workforce loss, today's COVID-19 updates. Taliban return displaced in Kabul back home. From Cambodia to Canada, dozens of other nations are now beating US in COVID-19 vaccinations. Mexico finds 652 migrants in trucks near border. Black real estate agent, clients file lawsuit after being handcuffed by Michigan police during home tour. Thousands at protest against Green Pass in Italy. Scuffles break during anti-fascist demo in Greece. Breezy winds put balloon fiesta launch on hold. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Orange County oil spill, a week later, the water remains off limits for surfers, swimmers, fishermen. Caltrans projected to break ground on wildlife bridge over 101 freeway in January 2022. Column, the first Koreatown in America, and Riverside's role in South Korean democracy. Marine researchers focus on the tiniest victims of Orange County oil spill. Column, up to 1 million gallons of water a night, that's par for some desert golf courses. Snowy plovers, already a threatened bird, are caught up in Orange County oil spill. Vaccine alters California's coronavirus path, urban areas improve, rural parts suffer. Pipeline company evades questions over a 15-hour gap before reporting oil spill. Los Angeles police fatally shoot barricaded man who took hostage downtown, authorities say. Newsom vetoes bill that would have allowed cannabis advertising on freeway billboards. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, October 9th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Tory MP says using term white privilege should be reported as extremism. Austrian Chancellor Sebastian Kurz announces resignation. Japan is converting its two biggest warships into aircraft carriers, and U.S. Marines are helping it train to use them. China warns U.S. following reports Marines are training Taiwanese forces. Son of Afghanistan's former defense minister buys $20.9 million Beverly Hills mansion. Taiwan president to pledge a defense of sovereignty, democracy. In Chile, a scientist is testing metal-eating bacteria she hopes could help clean up the country's highly polluting mining industry. Starving microorganisms capable of surviving in extreme conditions have already managed to eat a nail in just 3 days. Macron to use EU presidency to push for worldwide end of death penalty. Fossil fuel companies paying top law firms millions to dodge responsibility. 6 people with Russian passports detained in Turkey for alleged espionage. Nigerian forces free more than 180 hostages, say police. Tea and sympathy, Canadian frigate helps Royal Navy solve the high seas catering crisis. New data suggests Canada gamble on delaying, mixing and matching COVID-19 vaccines paid off. French EU presidency to push for worldwide end to death penalty, says Macron. Lebanon, total power outage as electricity grid shuts down after running out of fuel, reports Sky News. The next headlines are from Forbes. Texas wines show adventurous spirit and love for diversity. Ghostbusters, Afterlife review, problematic pandering cannot derail charming kid fantasy. Fire risks rise to critical in California. Friday box office, Venom 2 feet and Sopranos fall hard, Shang-Chi and Addams Family 2 feet hold firm. Blackpink's Lisa, BTS and ITZY ensure K-pop dominates YouTube this week. What if Nil had existed when Rocket Ismail was soaring at Notre Dame? Box office, No Time to Die nabs adequate $23 Friday. Randy Arizona's October Magic is a sight to behold. Netflix's horror movie There's Someone Inside Your House is not worth 96 minutes. Tyson Fury vs. Deontay Wilder 3, odds, records, prediction. The next headlines are from Nature.com. The wearable device that could help to detect cancer. Heart inflammation risk from Pfizer COVID vaccine is very low. Friendship and other anomalous results. Researchers voice dismay at all-male science Nobels. 8 career tips from Nobel laureates. Scientists hail historic malaria vaccine approval, but point to challenges ahead. Vanishing rainforest and how to catalog brain cells, the week in infographics. Author correction, a molecular single-cell lung atlas of lethal COVID-19. How antiviral pill molnupiravir shot ahead in the COVID drug hunt. Publisher correction, dysregulation of brain and choroid plexus cell types in severe COVID-19. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,736,890,124 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Doctor Who, Flux, new teaser reveals Halloween premiere date for season 13. Ghostbusters, Afterlife review, Yvonne Reitman's son and a teen cast resurrect the Not Quite Dead franchise. Netflix UK features chief Fiona Lamptey pledges to bring back British talent to the UK. Madonna takes to Harlem for a basement performance, parades through streets with John Batiste. Watch. Critics debate, is No Time to Die a triumph or a letdown, and where does the James Bond series go from here? Star Trek, Discovery debut season 4 trailer and premiere date. French Oscar hopeful happening to hold North American premiere at Chicago Film Festival exclusive. Malaria vaccine marks milestone in battle against unconscionable deaths from curable disease. No Time to Die production design pays homage to classic James Bond films. Animation players eager to catch up at MIP Jr. as sector sees major shifts. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The Austrian Chancellor is stepping down amid a corruption probe. The Czech Prime Minister may be on the way out after his party loses election. Landmark ruling finds South Korea military illegally discharge a transgender soldier. California will soon require free tampons in public schools. China's Xi Jinping urges a peaceful reunification with Taiwan. 4 people die when a small plane crashes at an Atlanta area airport. Opinion, a gorilla's life and death, in 2 viral photos. Drone photo award winners capture a dizzyingly fantastic view of the world. U.S. travelers are back in the saddle again, but they've adapted to a new reality. A mountaineering group is aiming to be the first all-black team to climb Mount Everest. The following headlines are from The Week. Scientists say premature to predict if there will be another major COVID-19 wave, but room for optimism. Biden ally suggests Iowa caucus process more restrictive than Texas voting law. McConnell writes A.G. Garland letter defending parents' right to tell local schools what to teach. Why the January 6th committee needs to lay the foundation before making testimonial requests. Does China really believe it can achieve peaceful reunification with Taiwan? 7 scathingly funny cartoons about Facebook's terrible week. Facebook's amoral algorithms. Hyperinflation at Disney World. The myth of civic education. The significant hurdles ahead of a normal-looking school year. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Next-generation gravitational wave observatories could detect the first stars when they exploded as supernovae. IBM Space Tech wants to democratize space with endurance. Early massive galaxies ran out of gas, shutting down their star formation. This object is both an asteroid and a comet. Perseverance sees evidence of flash floods in Jezero crater. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, October 9th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Pluto's atmosphere is disappearing. And, action, first movie in space underway with Russian crew. Comet or asteroid, this object is both. Wave clouds from 2 sides of Earth. The next news is from Politico. World's largest companies to pay more under global tax overhaul. Austria's Sebastian Kurz resigns. Europe offered Turkey cash to join Paris Climate Accord. Dems fear Sanim is still not there on a prescription drug plan. Benesitter, Iran's first president after 1979 revolution, dies. U.S., Taliban to hold first talks since Afghanistan withdrawal. A global fight looms over kratom, a possible opioid alternative. Congress January 6 investigators face an inevitable reckoning with their GOP colleagues. The Democrats' privileged college kid problem. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. A people torn apart by bloody dispossession and disease. Truth-telling, what it means for us to come home. Lockdown snuffed out your love of exercise, here's how to get it back. Enemies stoop to new low to smear Bennett. Rocket science, try conducting a ballet. The music you chose to get through this last lockdown stretch. Dan the Untouchable, why scandal fails to trouble the Premier. Reigning Cats, Penrith skipper predicts champs can dominate NRL for years. Linda Jackson, I'm happy on my own. Don't be so reckless, NSW, why we should keep the freshwater ferries. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. NerdWallet, how do small businesses stay afloat in the pandemic? They do these 4 things. The Conversation, hotter and more frequent heat waves put the work and lives of countless essential workers at risk. Mutual Funds Weekly, these money and investing tips can help you when Mr. Market climbs a wall of worry. The Tell, New York City's office buildings lost 17% of their value in the pandemic. Market Extra, should energy's lonely rally in September worry the stock market bulls? Keywords, I don't think there's a lot of upside from here, says stock market legend, but U.S. stocks could rise in 2022 if earnings are good. Financial crime, first person charged with trying to steal pandemic aid sentenced to prison, after faking his suicide and going on the lam. The value gap, a college degree is now a matter of life and death, says this Nobel Prize winner. In one chart, one more worry for stressed consumers, global food prices hit a decade high. Market Extra, fertilizer prices soaring as natural gas rally adds to perfect storm. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Creative twins of Kashmir, innovating future, rising Kashmir. India amends patent rules and reduces fees by 80% for educational institutions, IPWatchdog.com. Heard of a holder to dry golf glove, cricket ball for rainy day and portable football goal post, the Indian Express. Opinion we are being robbed blind by Big Pharma, common dreams. William Cruise McCulloch Gram Leader. China IP updates, September 2021, Issue 4, Intellectual Property, China, Mondac News alerts. Moderna faces skeptical Fed, CERC, on threat to COVID shot, Law 360. The next headlines are from Quartz. The biggest win in the global minimum tax deal is a return to multilateralism. Investment in mental health treatments is beginning to catch up to the demand. How much should grocery delivery really cost? Weekend brief, it's a shit show. Economists expected far more Americans would be working again by now. Why the COVAX vaccine program failed. How to say no more. Most big UK banks still have a gender pay gap of over 30%. Where your milk comes from if you live in America's most populated cities. A record number of Apple users downloaded TikTok last quarter. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, October 3-9. Connecticut Supreme Court says cops need warrants to run drug dogs around motel room doors. Texas Paul's shocked to learn their bill let gas companies off the hook for climate change preparedness. If you want to know why Section 230 matters, just ask Wikimedia. Without it, there'd be no Wikipedia. Winding down our latest greenhouse panel, content moderation at the infrastructure layer. Locust shuts down, as yet again a bad interpretation of copyright law makes the world worse. Daily Deal, the web development crash course bundle. Bizarre magistrate judge ruling says that if Facebook deletes an account, it no longer needs to keep details private. FCC's new robocall plan isn't particularly new, won't seriously reduce robocalls. Court tells child sexual abuse investigators that the private search warrant exception only works when there's a private search. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Baylor football. Chicago Marathon 2021. China over Taiwan. Spencer Rattler. John Lennon. Oklahoma football. Lakers. Arizona State football. Bruno Mars. Warriors. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Horror at Bolshoi, actor killed on stage during opera at Moscow's iconic theater. Deontay Wilder again takes issue with Tyson Fury gloves, forces commission to step in just hours before a third title fight. Cool customer, Cristiano Ronaldo ships $68K cryotherapy chamber from Turin to England to stay in peak shape for Man UTD matches. Austria's Sebastian Kurz steps down as chancellor amid new corruption scandal. Czech PM edged out in narrow election, after corruption claims in wake of Pandora Papers bolster opposition. WADA revokes approval for Moscow anti-doping lab as long-running row takes another turn. This is massive hypocrisy, fans call out Premier League clubs for demanding emergency meeting over Newcastle's Saudi takeover. COVID loves you more than you will know, Ireland fans serenade vaccine refusing star, but some fellow supporters unhappy, video. Among Europe's dirtiest, green biomass power plant in Yorkshire burning renewable wood emits more CO2 than UK's coal, report. The curse has been activated, fans fear for furious rapper Drake sides with Brit ahead of Wilder showdown, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. The economy needs higher rates. Southwest Pilots Union sues to block airlines' vaccination mandate. Virginia judge hands victory to parents, sides against prosecutor on school board recall. U.S. committed to open-ended occupation of Syria as countries begin normalization with Assad. So deeply, deeply wrong, Lithuanian without vaccine pass describes life under medical tyranny. Texas abortion ban resumed temporarily after decision by U.S. appeals court. California offshore pipeline likely damaged months before spill. Iceland bans Moderna vaccine use due to heart inflammation risk. U.S. heating oil supplies lowest in decades ahead of winter. McConnell, Republicans won't help Democrats raise debt limit again. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Clashes break out in Rome amid anger over COVID Green Pass. Czech ruling party narrowly loses vote, PM Babis may be out. Austria's Sebastian Kurz to step down as chancellor. Ex-Tunisia president calls for protests against Kais Saied. Caught between US and Iran, Iraqis face choices in elections. Iran's foreign minister holds talks with Syria's Bashar al-Assad. Blood and pieces, Kunduz residents describe blast aftermath. Fuel shortage forces shutdown of main Lebanese power plants. African agriculture without African farmers. How international organizations are failing Afghan women. The next headlines are from Breitbart. FNC's Carlson, Democrats are accusing GOP of authoritarianism while practicing it themselves. Lumber prices rose 50% since August and may climb higher. DHS Mayorkas rejects Congress, cancels border wall contracts. Leftist teachers pushing CRT and white privilege should be reported as extremists, Tory MP says, claim. Poll, majority of the unvaccinated say they will not get the jab. Poll, independent voters leaning toward Republican candidates in Virginia's races. GOP rep new House, Dems are hurting farmers to appease radicals while claiming to oppose big agriculture. Waltz, we're funding existential threat from China, time to boycott China. Waltz, what Biden has done in Afghanistan has put us on a road to another 9/11. Poll, McAuliffe losing ground in Virginia as election day draws closer. The next headlines are from UPI News. Wallet lost in early 1970s returned to Kansas owner. North Carolina man forgot about $195,935 lottery ticket. Loose sheep evades capture in Illinois City. Watch, thousands of bees removed from vacant Atlanta home. Watch, Ohio dad uses limousine to help offset school bus shortage. Watch, British engineer takes world's fastest lawnmower to 143.19 miles per hour. 4 Guinness World Records broken at giant vegetable contest in Britain. Indian zoos escaped leopard captured after 13-hour search. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Former USAF officers have evidence of UFOs tampering with nuclear weapons and want public congressional hearings. 20 ICBMs at Malmstrom AFB in March 1967 and 50 ICBMs at Warren AFB in 2010 powered down by UFOs. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. McDonald's serves up free thank you meals to teachers and school staff across the U.S. next week. You can win a free trip to Italy by posting a photo with salami hashtags for a random drawing. World's first totally green tractor set to plow down European farming emissions. Prison inmates learn to quilt and now make amazing personalized gifts for foster care children. Look. How to see meteor showers from Halley's Comet this month. Young singer turns himself into one-man choir by recording himself performing 20 voices, all to turn people on to classical music. Packers NFL trainer searched football field until 2 a.m. to find player's necklace containing his father's ashes. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, October 9th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. U.S. Marshals use Operation Dunder Mifflin to track down sex offenders in TV show's home city. Battle-hardened Taliban fighters enjoy a day off at amusement park. It was a nice break from pandemic, 2 men rescued after 29 days lost at sea. Sword-wielding man accused of starting fire makes it rain in jail cell after arrest, police say. Sweden has a hotel for sourdough starters. Dodgers fan thought to be most wanted fugitive just a Dodgers fan, U.S. Marshals determine. Nuclear security helicopter scours Boston Marathon route for radiation. Parents want high school principal removed for listening to Iron Maiden, students rally behind her, loaded radio. New York City man refuses to come down from tree for third day. Metro Nashville files lawsuit to shut down hot tub on wheels. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. All Pythonistas should switch to Go, or OK, maybe just half. Transport for London expands escalator trials. This 4K drone with GPS tracking and a host of flight features is now on sale for under $70. What to do when one of your AirPods isn't working. You can now tune your guitar right on Google search. Codifying humanity, why robots should fear death as much as we do. How can you safely store your vaccine status on your phone? Drones can now fly through forests at 40 km/h, run and hide, humans. Why digital twins emerge as the ultimate tool for resilient cities. Dagu Premium serves up a giant 10 terabyte stretch of cloud storage space for less than $100. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Rocks on floor of Jezero crater, Mars, show signs of sustained interactions with water. Roman noblewoman's tomb reveals secrets of ancient concrete resilience. Low-cost, continuous seismic monitoring system to support emission reduction efforts. Researcher investigates ways to enhance neurologic activity in the brain. A novel neural network to understand symmetry, speed materials research. Nerve repair, with help from stem cells. Baby-wearing products lead to higher risk of injury, hospitalizations in children under age 1. Breast milk of marijuana users does not hurt short-term health of early premature infants, long-term effects still unknown. Team discovers invasive native crayfish hybrids in Missouri. Long-term exposure to permissible concentrations of air pollution linked with increased mortality risk. The next headlines are from Information Week. 3 biggest mistakes companies make when adopting cloud computing. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, October 9th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA invites media to James Webb Space Telescope launch. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Andy Larson, explaining molnupiravir, a new COVID drug with surprisingly effective test results. It's really exponential, what mental health experts say about how Utah football might be grieving Ty Jordan and Aaron Lowe. Bears Ears supporters celebrate Biden's restoration of Utah monuments at Cedar Mesa gathering. Lions Back resort above Moab is under construction, after delays in litigation. Winter storm warning in place for parts of Wasatch Front through Tuesday. Rural Utah wrestles with its future as apostles, tech executives and lawmakers weigh in. Stanley Tucci's passion was acting, now, it's food. The creepiest place to read is Newbery Award-winning author's newest book. David Brooks, here's the mindset that's tearing us apart. Alta running back Anson Jeremilo's 3 touchdowns help keep the Hawks' playoff hopes alive. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. U.S. flight traffic controllers complain military tests interfered with GPS signals. Former employees allege most of Aussie's 26M newsletter subscribers were purchased, borrowed, or kept against their will. U.S. government investigators still believe Havana syndrome is a directed energy attack. Did death cheat Stephen Hawking of a Nobel Prize? 3 degrees warmer, with twice as many 100-degree days, how climate change will affect Texas. FSF warns Windows 11 deprives users of freedom and digital autonomy. Firefox now sends your address bar keystrokes to Mozilla. PC Building Simulator is free on the Epic Games Store. Astronaut spots rare and ethereal transient luminous event from International Space Station. White House weighs wide-ranging push for crypto oversight. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Men convicted of 2017 quadruple homicide in Glasgow Village. Illinois woman arrested for first-degree murder of 5-month-old. SSM Health offers free drive-through flu shots. Tower Grove South neighborhood hit with multiple car break-ins overnight. Ameren implements new gas-sniffing vehicle that helps detect leaks. Fatal hit-and-run takes life of former St. Louis high school teacher. St. Louis 911 system merging soon to improve hold times, efficiency. Police confirm human remains were found in North St. Louis County. Search for missing St. Louis woman in Phelps County. Cardinals finish first in local market ratings among all MLB teams. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. More pregnant women are being hospitalized due to COVID, sharp doctor says. Photos, masterful web pitches Giants past Dodgers in playoff opener. 1 hospitalized, 3 displaced in Pacific Beach house fire. What encouraged Elon Musk to move Tesla HQ to Texas? U.S. appeals court lets Texas temporarily resume abortion law. Intense bodycam video shows officer kill shooting suspect after high-speed chase. More possible results of oil spill found on local beaches. Driver killed in head-on crash involving big rig, 2 cars on SR-67. San Diego International Airport expansion to create new terminal, thousands of jobs. California pipeline likely damaged up to a year before spill. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Lockheed Martin delivers first prototype hypersonic hardware. Hanwha Defense to showcase next-generation land systems at USA. Israeli firm to arm wheeled armored vehicles with loitering strike munitions. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, October 9th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 49ers host watch party for LGBTQ+ community. Meaningful improvements in camera and battery life make iPhone 13 models shine. 2 lanes on eastbound I-80 in MacArthur Maze closed due to overturned rig. Man chokes teen girl sitting at outdoor dining table at NYC restaurant. 3 injured after reported argument, shooting in downtown Hayward. Several Southwest Airlines flights canceled at San Jose Airport. Man stabs Apple Store security guard over mask dispute in Manhattan, NYPD. Petaluma man arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. Bear gets up close and personal with Ring doorbell. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown to return to broadcast TV after year absence. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Bohannon's career day leads Baylor past West Virginia 45-20. Lafayette rides stout defense to 27-0 victory over Bucknell. Jones career day helps number 20 Florida blank Vanderbilt 42-0. I plan to play on Wednesday, Blackhawks tape says he's ready for season opener. Man who went into Highland Lake and didn't resurface in critical condition. Authorities seek information on driver, vehicle that critically injured Glenview man early Saturday. Man killed, 2 children critically injured in head-on crash Friday in Beach Park. Johnson's big night powers first place Hoffman Estates past Conant. Longtime Elk Grove trustee Zarnick plans to step down next month. Allstate selling Northbrook area HQ with buildings underutilized as many work from home. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. I'm a carless Seattleite. New Link Light Rail extension is a game changer for commuting, convenience. Expect delays, Seattle's SR-99 tunnel, Montlake Boulevard interchange to close this weekend. Fall colors expected to peak in western Washington in upcoming weeks, but will be duller than normal. Washington State Ferries cancels more sailings Friday due to staffing shortage. Washington Beer Fresh Hop Festival, haunted houses, more fun things to do this weekend in Seattle. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Lion Rock 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.8 m, depth 485.16 km, in Fiji September 10, 2021, 10:58 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 447.74 km, in Russian Federation September 10, 2021, 7:19 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 24.47 km, in Peru September 10, 2021, 4:47 UTC, 1,020,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Sudan, South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, October 9th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 3-year-old found alive after going missing 4 days ago outside Plantersville. Trump's D.C. hotel lost more than $70 during presidency, despite boost from foreign governments. New York prosecutor seeking to indict Robert Durst's ex-wife's death, source. California to require free menstrual products in public school, college restrooms under new law. Video shows officers race through Brooklyn to save 1-year-old's life. Man dies after being shot from second-floor hotel balcony in North Harris County. Woman caught on video photographing grizzly bear with cubs at Yellowstone gets jail time. Check the skies. Wings over Houston Airshow returns this weekend. Uptick reported in children's rare COVID-related inflammatory syndrome. Storm in Pacific could bring more moisture our way next week. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Tokyo Paralympic champ heads new Boston Marathon division. Bills Inc. CB Taron Johnson to 3-year extension. Naylor catches 3 TDs, number 11 Michigan State tops Rutgers. Hooker throws 3 TDs, leads Tennessee past South Carolina. The latest, Alabama Governor Ivey extends help for hospitals. Mardi Gras 2022, house floats, yes, parades, maybe. Explainer, what's happening with the California oil spill? The following headlines are from The Gothamist. New York's excluded workers fund running dry as state stops taking new applications. Taxi drivers plead with NYC to offer better debt relief deal. NY has $1.5 billion to fight opioid overdoses, and 3 weeks to decide how to spend it. The first American to take a COVID vaccine just got a booster. Here's how to get yours. Extra, why you might want to check your latrine for bats. Heard the call to help, director of NYC Test and Trace on identifying 1 million close contacts. This week's Ask the Mayor with Brian Lehrer, from Gifted and Talented to the Doy Report. I'm just not trained for this, Department of Education office workers sent to understaffed NYC schools. Coronavirus stats, back to school edition, tracking outbreaks in NYC education. Fidi's Chikarashi Isori opens with spectacular Japanese comfort food. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Make mental health care for all a reality, urges Guterres. Pandemic highlights urgent need to improve sanitation in Brazil. Rural communities in El Salvador united to supply water for themselves, video. Libya, UN lauds mercenary withdrawal plan on path towards peace and democracy. Dr. Congo, lack of sufficient funding means tough choices for humanitarians. Mounting scramble for coronavirus vaccines in Zimbabwe. Afghanistan, UN chief condemns horrific attack at Kunduz Mosque. Journalists who speak truth to power recognized with Nobel Peace Prize. Access to a healthy environment, declared a human right by UN Rights Council. Pink flamingos return to Kazakhstan's capital in time for World Migratory Bird Day. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Tokyo jolted by strongest earthquake since 2011 disaster. Pfizer whistleblower leaks execs' emails, we want to avoid having info on fetal cells out there. Arlington school shooter released on bail, parties at home as victims remain hospitalized. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Are these rumors true about Zodiac Killer? Elderly brown bear takes home fattest bear title. Yes, a California man sued a psychic for allegedly failing to remove a curse. Was Thanksgiving originally a celebration of the massacre of a Native American tribe? Feds won't seek charges against cop in Jacob Blake shooting. Anti-vaccine chiropractors rising force of misinformation. Biden won't invoke executive privilege on Trump January 6 talks. Yes, NASA is launching Armageddon mission to destroy an asteroid. Did a meteor fall into a volcano? Trump hotel lost $70 despite millions in foreign business. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Migrants not responsible for latest COVID-19 surge. Republicans mischaracterize proposed financial reporting requirement. Trump's final numbers. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. QAnon link judge rules an unhinged war over Philly's Columbus statue. Unvaxxed Alan West has COVID symptoms, takes unproven meds. Visiting this little country won't destroy the world. Meet the teen who got the pro-choice movement on TikTok. From Britney to Beyonce, photos capturing the magical beauty of the 2000s. Far-right streamers are making a killing on Twitch. Margaret Qualley is phenomenal in Netflix's Made. Dave Chappelle, and a week from hell for trans people. Merrick Garland isn't criminalizing parenting, he's protecting school kids. This one basic mistake is blowing up Biden's presidency. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Campbell Walker friendship may bode well for Dwayne Bacon making Knicks. Weed company to sell THC-infused beverage enhancer kit in New York. NJ woman knocked down by Times Square mother clinging to life, family. It's a shtick-up. NJ rabbi designs concealed carry code for Shabbat. 85% of New York adults have received at least one COVID vaccine shot. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Colonizing Mars could speed up human evolution. BP Colombo snaps its first images of Mercury. The sky this week. All eyes on Uranus. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Perseverance rover finds evidence of ancient flash floods on Mars. Over 400 glaciers cover more than 10% of Iceland's landmass and almost everyone is shrinking. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Missing Texas boy found alive 4 days after he chased dog into woods. First person charged with Paycheck Protection Program fraud gets prison time. Russians flock to Serbia for Western-made COVID-19 vaccines. Outrage grows over video showing North Carolina Lieutenant Governor calling LGBTQ community filth. Ohio 5th grader stands up to inappropriate anti-maskers at board meeting. U.S. Marshals arrest 9 sex offenders in Operation Dunder Mifflin. Cuomo attorney questions AG's motives, again, ahead of Assembly impeachment report. Florida vet sentenced to nearly 22 years in prison for child porn, bestiality charges. The following headlines are from military.com. Damaged U.S. sub in port after collision in South China Sea. Veterans' employment still a bright spot in otherwise gloomy jobs market. Pilot errors caused fatal T-38 training crash, Air Force probe finds. Independent review of Afghanistan war failures gets backing of key senator. Germany probes far-right incidents in military guard unit. Army delays new one-stop personnel and pay system after year of tech headaches. Dad who fled Afghanistan sues US to reunite with young sons. Taliban official, at least 100 dead, wounded in Afghan blast. US, Pakistani officials in strained talks on Afghanistan. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Zion motorist killed, 2 kids critically hurt during Lake County wreck. Chicago canoer pulled unconscious from Highland Lake near Round Lake, officials said. Major delays expected on Disable Lakeshore Drive this weekend for emergency bridge repairs, Chicago Marathon. At least 9 shot in pre-dawn attacks across city. Chicago Marathon 2021, route map and tips for spectators and participants, and how to drive downtown, or avoid it, on race day. 2-year-old girl, 70-year-old man among at least 6 shot Friday evening, officials say. Officials clarify Joliet police chief firing, give ultimatum. Prove them wrong, Tony La Russa, and White Sox fans will take it all back. You have to have no bias, the underdog White Sox present betting fans a test of heart versus head. State receives 2 bids to buy Thompson Center, its polarizing loop headquarters. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Mexican Science Board tells researchers, don't criticize. California oil pipeline could have been leaking a year, investigators. Chilean scientist plans to clean up mining with metal-eating bacteria. Beam me up, Jeff. William Shatner lends Blue Origin star power. Biden restores protections to Udall and where dinosaurs once roamed. Researchers investigate the factors that affected decisions to evacuate during and after the 2018 Montecito debris flow. COVID-19 leads to African agricultural innovation. Dams disproportionately removed from areas with more non-Hispanic white residents. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, October 9th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How fonts affect learning and memory. Scientists created bendable ice, and it's super cool. A glimpse inside Fat Bear Week. The plight of the world's most populous rhinoceros. The science of sleep. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Jester, Gibson lead Akron past Bowling Green 35-20. Randall's 3 TDs, big second half lead San Diego past Butler. Stroud throws 5 TDs, number 7 Buckeyes bury Maryland 66-17. Mexico's Napa Valley protests against unfettered development. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Austrian Chancellor to quit amid corruption probe. Brothers sentenced in 2016 Salinas killing. Where things stand for the Sharks after waiving Dylan Gambrell. Stanford football, the stretch that will make or break the season. Fire weather watch issued for East Bay Hills, North Bay Mountains. SF restaurant owner sentenced for failing to pay millions in taxes. Bay Area TV sports, what to watch on Sunday Monday. Hayward, at least 3 victims injured in downtown shooting. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Thousands march in Rome to protest workplace vaccine rule. What's happening with the California oil spill? McConnell joins Senate Judiciary Republicans in slamming AG school board memo. Zakir Tsarnaev, marathon bomber faces revived death sentence as case is heard in Supreme Court. Nancy Pelosi meets with Pope Francis amid abortion debates. Massive marijuana operation discovered in southern Oregon. House conservatives cast influential sway in whipping GOP against infrastructure bill. Xi Jinping blames Taiwan standoff on past Chinese weakness. Judge rules against natural immunity claim challenging COVID-19 shot mandate. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Shuttered venues and theaters are being denied a financial lifeline by the SBA. Journalist Maria Ressa, targeted by Rodrigo Duterte, wins Nobel Peace Prize. Rep. Josh Gottheimer hires Republican Ron DeSantis staffer to craft his legislative agenda. Senator Kyrsten Sinema is literally teaching a course on fundraising. Madison George killed her alleged rapist. Prosecutors blocked her self-defense claims. Facebook's very bad week just got worse. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, October 9th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2021 Chicago Marathon Survival Guide, everything you need to know about the race. Bulls reserves Troy Brown Jr. and Javon Green are making some noise. Bears activate LB Danny Trevathan, who is likely to make season debut versus Raiders. Bears rule out DT Akeem Hicks for Week 5 game at Raiders. State gets too bid to by the James R. Thompson Center. Here's what's next. Bears put starting RB David Montgomery on injured reserve with sprained knee. Why the end of the Fire's lost season can still be productive. James Wade is head of Sky's family. Women who cheated death to race in Chicago Marathon for charity. Here's a playoff edition of our Chicago 9 trivia quiz. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Power crisis, center says closely monitoring situation. Selectors add net bowlers to T20 World Cup team. Starting a fire, US and China enter dangerous territory over Taiwan. No budging, says General ahead of India-China talks. E-Time Celeb Tracker, today's 20 best celeb moments. Amazon sale deals of the day, phones, laptops and more. Anxiety and fear for women in Taliban stronghold. Phone tapping case, Mumbai police summon CBI chief. Adhir Ranjan calls out politics behind Aryan Khan's arrest. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, October 9th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Review, Nevermore, Tales of Edgar Allan Poe. Review, Modest Mouse at White Oak Music Hall, October 8, 2021. 4 thoughts on the Astros commanding 2-0 lead in the American League Division Series. Review, Hook's Tale at Stages. 4 thoughts on the Astros American League Division Series Game 1 victory. D'Alba opens, New York eatery next week, pastry war will close. Review, No Time to Die. Biden's infrastructure bill could mean more Texas train service. New England Patriots visit NRG Stadium on Sunday. Things to do, read Made in Hollywood All Access with the Go-Go's by Gina Skok. The next headlines are about world records making news. Tom Shields lowers Dressel's 50 butterfly American record at World Cup, Swimming World magazine. 2021 FINA World Cup Budapest, Day 3 Finals Live recap, SwimSwam. Exeter A&E doctors set sights on new world record, Devon Live. World Cup 2022, Australia set new world record after 11th consecutive qualifying win, Yahoo, Voices. Hydrogen-powered Toyota Mirai sets Guinness World Record, Karen Bike. Guinness World Records, new record in flipping bottles in 2 seconds, watch, Republic World. A sticky situation, UAE cake shop creates Guinness World Record at Expo 2020 Dubai, The National. Hall of Fame Day, when Rebecca Soni crashed through the 220 barrier in 200 breaststroke, Swimming World magazine. Global food prices reach 10-year record amid supply crisis, Morocco World News. Women who visited 196 countries shares life lessons, solo travel tips, Business Insider. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Ghostbusters, Afterlife is great until it's derailed by gratuitous fan service. Saga is making a triumphant return to our eyeballs this January. Doctor Who Season 13 teaser provides villains galore for Jodie Whittaker's final season. Star Trek, Discovery Season 4 trailer gives us a new fight for the galaxy. Dune's Denis Villeneuve thought Blade Runner 2049 would end his filmmaking career. Stunning inland mangrove forest is a lost world. For Critical Role's voice cast, adapting their own work was a dream come true. It looks like Apple is hoping to postpone opening up the App Store to third-party payment portals. Sorry, your old Apple Watch charger isn't compatible with the Series 7's fast charging system. A notorious spyware firm claims it won't help hack UK phones anymore. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Bundaran -Adair at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at -81.04 degrees Fahrenheit or -62.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Captain Michael Burnham and crew face a dire threat in Street, Discovery S4 trailer. How to transfer safe data from one Nintendo Switch to another. Millionaire Twitch streamers react to their leaked earnings. Baking Impossible, the Great British Bake Off for the engineering set. Shareholders pressure Microsoft into expanding its right to repair efforts. Unvaccinated patients are getting kicked off organ transplant wait lists. Review, No Time to Die finds 007's heart in Daniel Craig's final outing. You have 72 hours to buy the original, moddable GTA 3 trilogy on PC. Rovers pictures show long history of rivers flowing into Martian crater. There will soon be no more ads denying climate change on Google. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Feud between GOP, pro-business groups explodes into view after spat over infrastructure bill. Dooms him to the trash bin of history, Heartland newspaper bashes Trump's attempted coup in scathing editorial. GOP doctor faces backlash for questionable advice on COVID-19 vaccines and immunity. New Hampshire woman charged over threat to kneel on black child's neck in racially motivated incident. I see a civil war coming, Trump supporter rages at government before Des Moines rally. Road to Nowhere, Oklahoma's Donald J. Trump Highway runs through the desolate Dust Bowl. McConnell advisor ridicules Trump's latest demand the GOP leader step aside. Unvaxxed Alan West announces COVID symptoms that he is treating with hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. We're losing our humanity, and the pandemic is to blame. Trump's claims about vaccine hesitancy completely dismantled by CNN analyst. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. What a post-Roe world looks like, hint, for some, it's already here. The Texas abortion ban was just reinstated, what happens next? Jill Sabuler, you better not FCK in Texas. Bowing to investors, Microsoft will make its devices easier to fix. 25 years after the score, the Fugees reunite to raise funds for global poverty relief. Progressives just wrote a letter to Biden insisting he make a decision on student debt. Inside Purdue Pharma's multi-million-dollar payouts to politicians and pill pushers. Are California's wildfires really disasters, or just something natural? College admission scandal highlights the absurd entitlement of the ultra-wealthy. America's power grid isn't remotely ready for our renewables revolution. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Lamb is a dark fairy tale with a great concept and not much to say, Vulture. Life is Simple review, a blade to shave away error, The Wall Street Journal. What's happening? Announcement WyomingNews.com, Wyoming Tribune. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Penn Medicine researchers receive prestigious NI 2021 Directors Awards, pennmedicine.org. Extreme Tech explains, what is a neural net? Extreme Tech. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Billionaires now seek to unravel the mystery of anti-aging. Jeff Bezos, in the forefront, funds anti-aging biotech startup Altos Labs in 2021, Inventiva. Human lifespan, scientists predict people will live to 130 within this century. Tadayuk News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, October 9th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Former USAF officers to present evidence of UFOs tampering with nuclear weapons. Family watches UFOs in a dogfight. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, October 9th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.